they don't care. I don't think the government care, no. I don't think they really care.
You don't think they care about you?
I don't think they care. I'm not ruling out all, but the majority don't care. There are some that will have some kind of concern of caring, but the majority on the whole, they don't really care what's going on in the ghettos.
Why don't you think they care?
Why?
Because why? What gives you the impression that they don't care?
All right. On my point of view, you're living on the grounds, right? Watch what is be going on majority of the times. They might bring one or two projects or contracts around that these guys might feel they get you. But when you really check it out and you get the word, all the contracts going south. When you watch the text that you hear, watch the kind of people who have in these big houses and luxury cars and how much cars park in the yard, They might say, yeah, they qualify to get it, but it is a corruption on the whole that they only feed in one side of the ball. And when you feed one side of the ball, the other side, off balance. So these guys have to eat, man. I'm not condoling any wrongdoing, but people have to eat and drink, and if you can't provide for your family, you're worse than an infidel, so man. Don't feel man illiterate wrong here, no. Man is reading, no. Man understand. Every day, man buying papers, they're reading. Men have understanding. The government don't really give a full care about people in the ghetto. They don't care. They give it on one side. It's be going on one side. Majority of the companies are getting all the big contractors. So we used to be seeing and every big contract, every highway, every big contract. Who? Junior Sammy. If it's not Junior Sammy, it's so again. This new company that bring out CSI. What's the name of the company?
SIS.
SIS. Right. So what are you telling me about the care? They might bring out programs. We're not stamping against the government, so the government don't have no good programs. It have CCC, it have HYPE, it have different programs. It's just because of the situation, a lot of youths really can't leave the community to go out to reach. But we have plenty plans that we could bring these programs here. Why they don't finance these plans that we have? You know why? The community. You know why they will say? We're buying guns. So many times when they go and they find guns, they're saying they care. So what about the policemen? And then when they went in the station and they find guns in the ceiling and get drugs in all the cabinets and things, what about that? How they don't show that and talk about their cockroach in the police station? How don't they talk about that? What about the young man with the policemen and them get bail about 3 days ago? They light them on fire. That's a mental spirit in them. How that? Why they don't stamp out those cockroaches out of the service? So don't just base on the ghetto alone and try to show that these youth men in the ghetto, these are the same youth men and them who decide they want to know, they keep their priorities straight. These same youth men living from here, they might join the Coast Guard, they might join the police, some of them might migrate. So they condemn all the youths on them. They can't afford to work properly because what? They're afraid.
How do people eat and live if they can't leave their zones? If you can't leave your community and there's a war going on, and whether you are a criminal or not, whether you're caught up or not, how does that work? How do you leave this community and go down into Port of Spain to take up a job in one of the ministries? Do you understand what I'm saying?
It can't. It's hard. All who working already could go. Right. But there's a chance you take in. There's a chance. There's a chance because it is like this, right? Because you being a male, it is harder for you. The females may more be able to go in and out. Okay. But being a male is a territorial war. It's about the area where you come from. So it is be hard for the males to go and come. Some may take a chance within themselves. They know they're really into nothing. But the ones that are really into nothing is the ones who get shut down at the taxi stand.
Do you think that fuels crime? Because, I mean, if you can't leave, you can't work. If you can't work, you can't eat. So you have to pick up a gun maybe. Does that fuel crime or not, or what?
I think it fuels the crime. I think it adds to the crime. But the real crime that really taking place here is the government not giving 100% of their strength and their hand into what's really going on. They make people feel so, and the majority of the people is be fed by the opinion of the media and the press.
Now, when you talk about what's going on, you mean like the crime and then the war in between
crime
the
and
communities? You don't think they're serious about it?
They're not serious. A lot of people is be fed by the opinion of the press The papers, they read what they read and they hear about wherever area and this and that. They see it on television, who tape half of the story and they hear half of the story and they go on with that. So until now, they come in now and looking at people in the ghetto and they're judging them and they're oppressing them and they're feeling this and that. But they don't come to know the total truth, the real balance now. And the truth is we're not having. A lot of people, for instance, a lot of people will say like, all right, the reason why you're not having, because you're not going to better yourself. You're not going and put yourself in a position to be better. It's not only that, you know. Not all men can be doctors, not all can be lawyers. There are a lot of things that, because of the situation here in Trinidad, they know the place get wild. We have a lot of programs that we could bring here in the community to help the youths, and they're not supporting that.
All right, so let's talk about some of those programs. Let's talk at least about the solution. Let's say the Minister of National Security is watching this, right? Tell him what your community needs. Tell him what you would like to see brought into this community to uplift it.
All right, first thing first, what we like to bring into this community to uplift it, we must start by having a shelter, a center, which I believe there are certain initiatives in place, right? There are other men who have their initiative on the table already. I'm not sure, right? But a center will be good for number one, right? That center is because we don't understand that have a lot of tradesmen around, and the country needs tradesmen. So
you talking about community center?
Community center, community center.
Okay.
Right? But the initiative is that those who are masons in the community, who's welders, who is carpenters, which it has skilled men, right? We're looking for the government now to give them the opportunity now to teach this trade to young men who can leave, because that is how it is, right? And when we get that opportunity now to pass on that, it has a lot of projects that's going to be started. We'll have on-the-job training. Although we know it have hype, it have MOS, it have other programs right, Soval, that have these things. But give us a try still, give us a try. And let us start these things, and you will see that men is not just after criminal activity. Men looking for money that they can help themselves and the family. But the government may say, yes, it have these things and it have these programs, but give us the benefit of the doubt. Come in and give us the initiative to start something to help yourself.